way of remembering all the notes on the fretboard is by using patterns. What I'm going to show you here are 3 simple patterns. Each pattern contains 6 notes on 2 strings, 3 notes per string. Now these patterns start on the low E string and the A string, and then it repeats as an octave on the D string and the G string, and then repeats as another octave on the B string and the high E string. Now these 3 patterns will cover most of the fretboard up to the 12th fret. From that you can repeat the same patterns from the 12th fret and you'll get the rest of the notes all the way up the neck. There are a few notes that are left out from one of the patterns down here, and we'll go over those too. So take a look at the examples here and hopefully you learn something. Alrighty then. Each of these patterns starts on the low E string. Now say for example you're starting your pattern at the 5th fret on the low E string. That's an A note. Now the pattern will again repeat itself on the D string 1 whole step or 2 frets above from where you were previously. So if you started here on the low E string, you'd move up 1 whole step, and on the D string you'd start your pattern again. And then the pattern will repeat itself once again starting on the B string 1.5 steps or 3 frets above from where you were previously on the D string. So if you started here on the D string at the 7th fret, then you'd start on the 10th fret on the B string. This first pattern starts out on the open E and A strings. Starts open E, 1st fret F, 3rd fret G, open A, 2nd fret B, and 3rd fret C. So you have open E, F, G, A, B, and C. Then the same pattern repeats on the D and G string, or the 2 center strings, 1 whole step above where you started previously. So you start here, E, F, G, A, B, C. Then the same pattern repeats starting on the B string 1.5 steps above where you started previously. So you're up here on the 5th fret, since you started previously here, 1.5 steps above, and starts E, F, G, A, B, and C. This next pattern starts out on the low E string 5th fret, which is an A note. A, B, C, D, E, and F. Then we move to the 2 center strings, the D and G string, 1 whole step above where we started previously. A, B, C, D, E, and F. And then the same pattern repeats on the B and E string, 1.5 steps above where we started just previously. So we started here previously, so 1.5 steps puts you on the 10th fret, B string, A, B, C, D, E, and F. This third and final pattern starts on the low E string at the 10th fret, which is a D note, and it goes D, E, which is on the 12th fret, and then F, then moves over to the A string, 10th fret, which is G, and then A, and then B. So you have D, E, F, G, A, and B. And then the same pattern repeats again on the two center strings, the D and G string, one whole step above where we previously started. So you start on the 12th fret, D, E, F, G on the G string, A, and B. And then again the pattern repeats on the B and high E strings, 1.5 steps above where you were. So you're up here on the 15th fret B string now, and the same pattern. D, E, F, and then on the E string G, A, and B.